This is from exam June 2018, question 1 for root locus. So first, we need to determine open loop transfer function. Forward path multiply with feedback path G multiply with H, this one. And then determine the zero, roots and poles. First, calculate asymptotes sigma A using this formula and also theta A. For this one, plug in the value of real roots minus with the value of real 0, divide by the numbers of poles minus the number of 0. If you have complex conjugate poles, just use real value and ignore the imaginary value. For this one, theta A, you just use k equal to 0, 1 and 2. Put it in this table. So the next one, determine the breakpoints on the real axis. For breakpoints, there are two methods, transition and differentiation. For this example, I provided both of the methods, but in your exam papers, you just need to use either one. Both will produce the same value for breakpoints. For breakpoints, once you calculate it, you need to decide which one is breakpoint and which one is break-in. Back to the zeros and poles. If you have real poles, meaning that you will have breakaway point. If you have real zeros, meaning that you will have break-in point. In this case, there is no zero, meaning that there is no break-in point. There is real poles, meaning that there is breakaway point. If you have complex conjugate poles, meaning that you do not have breakaway point. If you have complex conjugate zero, meaning that you don't have complex, you don't have break-in point. Back to the calculation. Based on these two values, you need to decide which one is the correct breakaway point. You plot the pole zero map based on the real roots. You do not have 0, but you have 3 poles, 0, -2 and -5. And you locate your roots of breakpoints, -0.88 and -3.79. The breakpoints, in this case, breakaway point should located on your root locus line. In this case, you plot the root locus line based on the 5 basic rules and 3 additional rules. So -0.88 will be the breakaway point, not -3.7. The next one is calculate the crossover points at the imaginary axis. For this one, you need to use root width criterion, where for root width criterion, you need to use closed loop transfer function. For closed loop transfer function, the formula is G over 1 plus GH. Use the denominator of the closed loop transfer function. Construct the root table. The highest is S cubed. So you put in the first column and then you fill up the first 2 rows. So this is the odd row. You take the gain of the odd polynomial 1, 10, 1, 10, and this is the even row. We take the gain of the polynomial of the even polynomial in the denominator 7 and k. 7 and k. The next row you need to fill up by calculation. The formula is 7 multiplied with 10 minus 1 multiplied with k. You do not need to put the denominator for this formula. And then the next one, if you have 0 in this column, meaning that the last row will equal to this one. So next one, first is to determine the value of k. For this, if you use this row, k is equal to 0. Go to this row. For this row, k is equal to 70. Back to the previous row, write back your polynomial equation. Since this is from the odd polynomial, so you will have since this is even polynomial row, so you'll have even polynomial equation 7s squared plus k. Plug in the value of k equal to 70 in this one and determine the roots. The roots is the imaginary axis crossing for your root locus. The next one is angle of departure or arrival where appropriate. For this one, there is no angle of departure and there is no angle of arrival. This is because if only we have complex conjugate poles, then only we will have angle of departure. If we have complex conjugate 0, then we'll have angle of arrival. Since we do not have 0, so we do not have angle of arrival. Since we have real poles, meaning that we do not have angle of departure. Only complex conjugate poles will have angle of departure, and only complex conjugate 0 will produce angle of arrival. Then, most important thing is you need to draw locus of roots in color. So this is all based on the value of asymptotes. Negative 2.33 is your sigma A, and your theta A is 90, 180, and also the last one is 300. From this one to this one is 300. You draw the dashed line. Asymptotes is actually the boundary of your root locus. Your root locus cannot go beyond this one or cannot touch these asymptotes. And then breakpoints. So you have decided you have breakaway points since you only have real poles. So your breakaway point you have decided should be on the root locus line. So it is negative 0.88. Based on the 5 basic rules, your root locus is symmetrical about real axis, so one will goes up and one will goes down. So based on the crossover points at the imaginary axis, so this is your crossover points plus J3.16 and also negative J3.16. So the root locus will cross this imaginary axis at these 2 points. Okay, and this one will goes to infinity. So that's it for question 1A for June 2018.